The Shushi Armenian Dance Ensemble of St. Vartan Cathedral under the artistic director and choreographer Seta Paskalian Kantarjan celebrated its 30th anniversary on November 5th. The momentous and historic performance was held at the legendary New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark. The concert took place under the auspices of the Very Reverend Father Mesro Parsamian, the primate of the Eastern Diocese. Having a packed hall of over 2,000 at the prestigious NJPAC, with audiences attending from all over the U.S. and internationally, is indicative that the dance group has won love, respect, and great recognition all over the world. The ensemble received generous donations from many members of the Armenian community, including a lifelong supporter and benefactor of Shushi, Mr. Nazar Nazarian, whose donation was made in loving memory of his late wife, Mrs. Artemis Nazarian. Guests of honor included Sarkis and Ruth Bedevian, Vicky Shohag Hovanesyan, Hagop and Ika Kuyumjian, and Rafi Megerian. The concert begins with welcoming remarks by Nanor Hartunian, senior dancer of Shushi.
I'm thrilled to celebrate our 30th anniversary with you all tonight and to welcome our distinguished honorees. It is our great honor and pleasure to acknowledge Mr. Nazar Nazarian, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, but has been one of Shushi's biggest supporters since day one. A round of applause for Mr. Nazarian. We would also like to welcome Archbishop Barkev Martirosyan, a heroic spiritual leader and the primate of the Diocese of Artsakh for 22 years. Please welcome Archbishop Martirosyan, who is accompanied by his longtime dear friend, Vasken Setrakian. Please also welcome Mr. David Kanyazyan, Deputy Permanent Representative of Armenia to the UN. Please welcome Mr. Kanyazyan, who is accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Anna Haroyan. Please also join me in welcoming the following distinguished honorees: Mr. and Mrs. Sarkis and Ruth Bedevian, Mr. and Mrs. Hagop and Ika Kuyumjian, Mrs. Vicky Shoag Hovanesyan and Mr. Arak Asparian, and Mr. Rafi Megerian, represented by his wife Haigoi Megerian and his son Daniel Megerian.
Sireli Nerganer, can you believe it has been 30 years since the Shushi Armenian Dance Ensemble was formed, when 7 young, invigorating women showcased an Armenian dance at their high school event. Since then, we have grown to over 100 dancers and have helped our culture and spirit live on by performing for Armenian and non-Armenian communities around the globe. Culture transcends our differences and unites us towards a more inclusive and prosperous future. It is important now more than ever to nurture and share our Armenian heritage to those ends. Tonight, in this beautiful hall, we celebrate a 30-year milestone steeped in star power and legacy as we collaborate with world-renowned Armenian artists and are even joined by one of our founding members dancing alongside her children. After 27 years of magical contributions to our ensemble, we are honored tonight to have with us the award-winning musician, composer, and musical producer, our very dear friend, Ara Kevorkian. It is an absolute joy and privilege to perform for this evening's celebratory dance to his composition, Dzovits Dzov.
The ensemble came into existence in 1992 as a small, young cultural group when a few teenagers wanted to familiarize the non-Armenian community with Armenian history, culture, and traditions. In 1995, on the 3rd anniversary of the liberation of the ancient city Shushi in Gharabagh, the group adopted the name Shushi Armenian Dance Ensemble. The concert began with Dzovitsov Anniversary Dance with the surprise appearance by artistic director Seta Paskalian Kantarjan. She began performing in early childhood, and since then, dance has always been an integral part of her life. Throughout her professional dancing career as both a performer and a teacher, she has received numerous awards. Under the astute volunteer leadership of Seta Paskalian Kantarjan, Shushi has flourished and grown to over 100 dancers consisting of elementary, high school, and college students and young professionals. With the help of volunteer committee members, Mrs. Paskalian Kantarjan has led the ensemble to countless successful performances both in the United States and abroad. In July of 2015, His Holiness Karakin II, Supreme Patriarch and Catholicos of all Armenians, awarded the St. Sahag St. Mesrob Medal to Seta Paskalian Kantarjian in recognition of her contributions to the cultural and educational life of the Armenian community in the metropolitan New York area. Seta has been the mastermind behind every Shushi performance since the group's formation in 1992. In 2013, Seta's achievements earned her membership to the International Dance Council at UNESCO, the official worldwide organization for dance, which distinguishes her as one of the leading professionals on an international level. The 30th anniversary concert included performances by Shushi's junior dancers. Looking at their enthusiastic dance, it becomes clear that the ensemble will last many more decades, and many more generations will come to replace each other and complete the ranks of this incredible ensemble. Since 2016, a group of invited professional dancers from California have joined Shushi's performances, which has elevated the group's production. In the past 30 years, Shushi Dance Ensemble has performed with numerous notable artists and musicians, including composer Ara Kevorkian, whose music has been an inspiration to dancers all over the world. This concert was no exception. Joining Shushi was a live orchestra from Boston with director and musician Mehir Manatsaganian. The audience's fascination with the richness of the program was evident with the thunderous applause after each song and dance, enjoying the youngest dancers to the most senior dancers, some of who were original members since the very beginning of this group's formation. Among the vocalists was well-respected soprano Anahit Zakarian, whose songs were accompanied by dancers and musical arrangements by Mehir Manatsaganian.
Kupastik bernim paknanush, kupastik bernim Ուսնյակն ամպել թոնգուլ գաման Անուշ յարստուն չի գաման Ես գիշերը տարի է դարձել Անյար աչքիս կուն չի գաման Աման աման մարգերես կանած Յարաբ յարս որ ճամփով գնաց Aman aman margeres manats Yarab yaras vor çampov ganats Mazes manri küselem Margeri odorem Tikkum kovaz getselem Tellaven akşu yarin bayri volgorem Tellaven akşu yar Tellaven akşu yarin bayri volgorem Margeri onora, margeri onora Tellaven akşu yar Tellaven akşu yar In bayri volgorem Tellaven akşu yar Tellaven akşu yar In bayri volgorem
Award-winning singer and actress Ani Jurjurian joined Shushi Dance Ensemble for the first time with her magical voice.
Sareri hovin merenem hovin merenem hovin merenem imyari boyin merenem boyin merenem boyin merenem midari achem desel desnogiyar achkin merenem midari achem desel desnogiyar achkin merenem Gaynelem galchem garuch galchem garuch galchem garuch Latvelem lachem garuch lachem garuch lachem garuch Midari archem desel Tesnogiyar achkin merenem Midari achem desel Tesnogiyar achkin merenem
Famous pop singer Andre is considered a member of Shushi's family since he has been a staple of the ensemble's performances in recent years with his captivating patriotic songs.
Հայաս գավ միասին, թվեն գյուխաչ մեր ձերքին, կրվկանին կուսուսին, ու աստուց մեր կլխին, օզում են մս ճինջին, օզում են մեշք կոտրին, բայց մունգլող միասին, կկոտրինք թորք շոնին, Արցախն արցախցին, կարել չնարանցին, աստուց մեր միացին, թողորդն է մեզ լողջին Արցախն արցախցին կարել չնարանցին աստուց ուշտ ոլուղջին Արցախ ծավատ տանին Պատկացիկ զինվորներ, մեր ջիգեր բաղաներ, հողում թափված ըրնին, ջանին մատաղինին, քարը քարին տինինք, ու նորից տոնշինինք, ըրնավ չիրվեց նորնի, կինավ կենաց խմինք, Արցախն արցախցին, կարել չնարանցին, աստուց մեր միացին, թողորդն է մեզ լուղջին, Արցախն արցախցին, կարել չնարանցին, աստուց ուշտ ոլուղջին, Արցախ ծավատ տանին Արցախն արցախցին կարել չն առանցին աստուց մեր միացին թողորտն է մեզ լուղջին Արցախն արցախցին կարել չն առանցին աստուց ուշտոլուղջին Արցախ ծավատանին աստուց ուշտոլուղջին Արցախ ծավատանին
The dancers were adorned with exquisite traditional costumes, which are all custom-made in Armenia exclusively for the ensemble. Performing for the first time with Shushi, Armenian-Canadian singer Eli Berberian added depth to the program, especially with his rendition of Sayat Nova songs, which moved the audience and deeply touched their emotions with his captivating voice.
چطوری خامش نزنی چه دساخود دیداری بس دون تیپونه نواش نزنی تخام حکنیز تزار حکنیز گوشینیز خوماش نزانی هندو هما کدیش نغن
Song, dance, and musical instrumentation were intertwined so beautifully that they pleased the eyes, the ears, and the soul, especially to the audience who felt a longing for their homeland.
Bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam Yaris bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam Yaris bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam Yaris bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam Yaris bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam Yaris bashem lianam, lianam, lianam Deskin nayem hianam, sirunin lianam
A special segment of the concert included a performance by Armenian pop star Sirusho, with her electrifying presence and exhilarating voice. She had the crowd on their feet singing and dancing.
Don't care.
During one of her songs, the entire hall was lit up when she asked every audience member to turn on the flashlights on their phones. She sang solos and collaborated with both the guest and Shushi dancers.
I bring the beat and the fun. My story has just begun. Come to my reality of love and unity. I hear the strings of canon, the sound that's calling me home. The pages of history are my destiny. Քնած է վեր ելեք, ով ատուն է ձիտ համբեք, հող իմաննան եկել ենք մենք։
The program concluded with a timely dedication of gratitude to the United States, with the dancers wearing beautiful red, white, and blue costumes, and a series of well-recognized American songs, including America the Beautiful, This Land Is Your Land, and New York, New York, performed by vocalists Tatev Baroyan, Ani Jarjarian, Eli Berberian, and senior Shushi member Tiffany Harutunian.
These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York.
And if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
New York, New York.
I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep.
And find a cream of the crop, a number one, king of the hill, a number one.
These little town blues,
These little town blues
they have melted away.
are melting away. We're gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York.
Oh, you better believe it, baby. If I can make it there,
I'll make it, I believe, pretty much anywhere.
it's up to you, New York, New York.
The finale of God Bless America was performed by the entire cast with the American, Armenian, and Artsakh flags waving across the stage. The celebration was concluded with confetti and fireworks and a standing ovation from the packed hall. This concert is the triumphant harmony of 30 years of the Shushi Dance Ensemble. It is just the beginning of providing new generations of Armenians with their rich heritage and culture within the nurturing Shushi family.
Սիրելի հյուրեր, իսկապես այսօր տոն է բոլորիս համար, քանի որ այս հրաշալի պարիխումբը, Շուշի պարիխումբը, իր փայլուն ելույթներով զարմացնում է մեզ ամեն տարի։ Եվ արդեն 30 տարի է, ինչ նա փայլում է եւ դեռևս կշարունակի փայլել եւ ուրախացնել մեզ բոլորիս։ Հայկական պետական մանկավարժական համալսարանի երաժշտության ամբիոնի ողջ կոլեկտիվի դասախոսների եւ իմ անձամբ իմ անունից սրտանց շնորհավորում եմ Սեդա Պասկալյան Կանթարջյանին, որ այս դժվար օրերին, այս դժվար ժամանակներում կարողանում է իր կրակը իր մեջ չմարել եւ փայլել եւ ուրախացնել բոլորիս։ Շնորհավորում եմ եւ շնորհակալ եմ Սեդա ջան։